again, everybody. Barry Hyatt here in Scottsville at the UK Extension Office with my good friend Janet Johnson. Janet, spring is in the air, and I think you've got a pretty cool recipe for us today, don't you?
I think we do, Barry. We've had a spring-like winter, but spring has come in kind of like a lion.
Yes.
But we are ready to look forward to some great vegetables, some wonderful fruits. This is a time of year when fresh food really shines, and this is a wonderful time. Now, we've talked about asparagus on the program before.
We have, sure.
I mean, but you know, I didn't grow up eating a lot of asparagus, but it's become one of those great green vegetables that is so versatile. And whether you like to grill it, or whether you like to steam it, or broil it, whatever you like, I mean, it's great. I personally love grilled asparagus.
Yes.
To just shake a little oil, a little seasoning, put it on the grill. I love it. It's just so crunchy and wonderful, even better than maybe steaming it. But this recipe gives you the option of taking a protein, a chicken, we'll call it, and really taking advantage of sales. And I'll share with you what I did. I actually went to our local food line here in Scottsville, and boneless chicken breasts were on sale for $1.99.
That's a pretty good deal.
That's always a deal. But have you noticed the size of a chicken breast now? So I'm thinking, whoa, because this recipe wants you to use a 5-ounce filet or a 5-ounce chicken breast. Well, that's hard to find. It's really hard to find. So what I did, I took advantage of the sale and the weight and getting more for my money, and then I took that big chicken breast and just sliced through it, the length of the chicken breast, sliced it in half. Took about 5 seconds to do with a serrated knife.
Sure.
And I created my own fillets, and I got double meal value out of that one package of boneless chicken breasts. So that's a buy then.
Right.
It really gives you a buy. Now I've cut my price down to $1 a pound, you know, in terms of the meal.
That's right.
So that's what I urge you to take advantage of. And if you have to use a chicken breast, even if you're grilling, because they will cook quicker, and you can get more value out of the larger breast there too. Now, in working with this recipe, of course, we started with those chicken breasts, and I did cut them in half lengthwise, kind of like filleting a fish.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we did. So that what we have is a very thin chicken breast, but not thin enough for this recipe.
Oh, wow.
We
okay.
want to tenderize this chicken breast even more. And you may remember your grandmother doing that too. I bet she put chicken breast down in buttermilk or something and let that soak overnight. Now that adds flavor, but it also tenderizes as well. So what we're doing, we're using the old standby here, and this is a meat mallet. And it has the little raised edges. That's for red meat, for proteins, etc., that have more connective tissue. And pound. Remember the round steak? I bet your mom did that, pounded it in with a little flour to tenderize. Well, on the other side, you may notice there's a smooth edge, and that's for your chickens. And that's to tenderize. So what I did, I put those chicken breast fillets in a reclosable bag just so that I could keep them from splattering, and did that. So I just simply worked out a little stress. You know,
and sometimes we have to do that.
Yes.
Work out that stress.
You know, we made a lot of noise working out stress. But what you're trying to do is flatten those out, and you are tenderizing that chicken breast. So that once you're done, you just keep beating, because sometimes they're pretty thick. And that's why we cut it in half, but it's still thick. So what we have is this nice, thin piece of chicken, like this. And what I'm going to do with this recipe is I'm going to get a baking dish ready, and I've sprayed that with nonstick spray. And so I'm just going to kind of put that chicken breast down there to work with it, okay?
Sure.
Then what you do is you actually put a piece of mozzarella cheese. Now when I say a piece, slices are easiest to work with. But you know, you could sprinkle some mozzarella cheese. You just have to be more careful when you roll it up.
Okay.
So if you've got the shredded, you can use that, or the slices are more convenient, like that too. So we're putting that down. Then the star of the show, as far as vegetables here, is coming from the asparagus. And I know that when you buy asparagus, you may even see asparagus in water in the grocery store. And right now, I did purchase this just to kind of show you, it comes like this, and when you get that home, you need to keep that in water to keep the ends from drying out.
Sure.
Now we know that when you buy that fresh asparagus, what you're going to have to do to start with, and of course the thicker the asparagus, the more important this is because that's more maturity, is that you need to snap off the ends of the asparagus until you have a real easy break.
Okay.
Because the woodier part of the asparagus stem that it grows out of the ground with, it's pretty tough, and it'll be really, really, really chewy. So
we don't want that.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're snapping the ends off the asparagus, and then I put them in a baking dish or a pie pan, whatever you want, and I microwave those for about 1.5 minutes. Now that does not cook the asparagus. It just blanches it in a way, kind of steams it to start that process.
Softens it a little bit, I guess.
Yes, just kind of softens it a little bit so that we're working with those asparagus spears that have been blanched. Now, you could put those on the grill and grill them for a minute.
Okay.
And then you've got kind of a smoky flavor
Sure.
there too.
Because some people probably would prefer that, I would think.
I mean, I think it'd be great. So, steam or grill.
Right.
Whatever you like. Okay, then we come over and we're actually laying those asparagus spears kind of down on the chicken, you know, and putting those crosswise so that we can roll the chicken up. And that's why it's important to kind of mallet those chicken breasts to make them thinner so that you can do more of a chicken roll. So you want them between 1/2 and 1 inch thick. And then you're going to roll that up like this.
Okay.
And place it seam side down in your baking dish. And it's that simple to do that.
That way the chicken breast won't pop open, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. There too. So we lay that down, and then we come over and we mix up the dressing. Now, I bet you've done, or at least most of the folks out there, have done the sour cream and cream of chicken soup mixed together and pour that over chicken breast and let it bake. Truly a good thing. Not
a bad thing at all. That's
not a bad thing at all. And you might have sprinkled some poppy seeds on it too. Kind of a poppy seed chicken. Well, what we're doing is we're doing a little lighter version of that. We're creating that mixture, but we're using a low-fat mayo and Dijon mustard. So this is going to give you this nice tart kick that really enhances asparagus. A lot of people like to just squeeze lemon juice over asparagus, and that's good too, you know, to steam it or to grill it. And so what we're doing is we're doing that Dijon mustard, and I took 1 lemon and I squeezed the juice out. Now, could I use reconstituted lemon juice? Yes, you can. This just has a fresher flavor like that too. So I'm juice of 1 lemon, okay? And then I'm adding some spices to this. I'm adding a little bit of salt, and that's to taste, the way you like it. I'm using approximately a teaspoon, and then I'm using a couple of teaspoons of pepper. I'm using more pepper than salt. Lowers the sodium, also gives you more flavor impact. Okay? Now, choose your spice. Would you like dill? I'm using thyme. And using the dried thyme in here, fresh thyme would be good too. So you might snip some things off your herb garden, or not. Excuse me.
I was about to cough too, so it's not just you.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
It still is residual allergy season,
Yes, it
isn't
is.
From spring.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So what we're doing is we're just mixing up this paste. And if your lemon is really, really large, you may want to add a little more mayo and mustard to thicken it up, okay? Excuse me again.
Not a problem.
Okay, then what we're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate with one, then we'll do the others later.
Sure.
Is we're just going to pour this mixture over the chicken, okay? And then we're going to get seasoned breadcrumbs. And I like to use the panko breadcrumbs because they have a little more texture. We're going to sprinkle those over generously. And then we're going to press them down in the chicken, okay? And that is the process that we continue to repeat.
Okay.
And when we are done, we pull it out of the oven, and this is what you're going to get, kind of a main dish, so that you have individual servings of Dijon chicken with the asparagus already rolled up.
Okay.
And it plates up beautifully.
It looks wonderful. It really does.
It is really yummy, really yummy. So the panko breadcrumbs come plain or seasoned. I kind of like the seasoned.
Yeah.
You know, it adds a little more flavor, but it's up to you. The plain are really nice too.
Well, good
So
deal.
you cook, and if you want it to be even more golden than what I'm showing you, you can put it under the broiler for maybe a minute.
Okay.
And let it
how
get
long
more brown.
How long do you bake it?
We put it in a 400-degree oven, and we bake approximately 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Yes.
So very easy to do, actually.
Very easy to do, and a great way to use this wonderful Star of Spring fresh asparagus.
Most certainly. Most certainly.
Wonderful, yes.
Well, before you cough again,
Yes.
we'll go ahead and we'll wrap
Yes.
this up. But hey, guys, if you want this recipe, very easy to get. You can email me at North Central. My email address there is barry.hyatt@nctc.com, or simply go to our website. It's www.nctc.com, and we'll make sure that it will be there for you. Janet, you take care of that cough.
Thank you. So sorry.
Not a problem. And again, thanks so much for this wonderful recipe. I know a lot of folks are going to
I think
enjoy
it's going to be a
making
great
this.
spring supper.
I think you're right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you back here again real soon. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.